guys, my name is Sabrina. Welcome to my home. Today I will be offering a restorative class. So grab all the yummy props you'd like. I have bolsters and blocks. If you don't have those at home, no worries. I've got some regular old pillows off my bed and some towels that I can use, unfold. Also, what will work is a stack of books, anything that will cradle you while we're in the poses to help soften and to relax just a bit deeper. So let your hair down if you'd like. Maybe make sure that you're warm enough or cooler, whichever you prefer. I've got some fuzzy socks on. It's getting ready to snow outside here. And let's begin. So if you need just a moment or two to grab a few additional props, I'll give you that time now. Otherwise, you are welcome to sit, let the eyes close a few moments, take a couple of deep breaths. As you exhale, allow the shoulders to move away from the ears, down the back. Take just a few more. Feel free to blow it out if that feels good. And welcome into the space. So before we set ourselves up in a pose, let's sit nice and tall. I like to sit on a blanket to allow my spine a little bit of extra length. Draw the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Allow the belly to breathe nice and full. Nice full breaths. Allow the eyes to close. For now, allow the fingertips to find the knees. And just breathe. Come right here in each breath, right where you are sitting. Relax the jaw, relax the brow. Allow the left hand to come to the heart space and the right hand to the lower belly. And as you breathe, maybe take a moment or two to set an intention. Maybe you know somebody that needs some good vibes, a little extra love. Take the moment to send it to them. Maybe your intention is to fully relax during this practice, to find some softness, to take care of you. Whatever it may be, the next 3 breaths, allow that intention to come all the way into the body. with that last breath. Release the hands back down to the knees. Nice and gently allow for your next exhale to take the right ear to the right shoulder. No forcing. Allow gravity to help stretch that side of the neck. Continuing to breathe in a way that is comfortable for you. Allowing your next inhale to raise the head up nice and tall. Maybe shift within the shoulders if that feels good. Allowing your next exhale to take the other ear to the other side. Again, no forcing. Eyes can be opened or closed, entirely up to you. Breath is easy. Allowing the very next inhale to raise the head up nice and tall. Again, with the wiggle of the shoulders if that feels appropriate. All right, thank you so much for being here with me. We're going to go into our first pose. So I have a couple of blocks here, and you can use rolled up towels, rolled up blankets, however you prefer. If you are using a block, this is level 1, this is level 2, and this is level 3. I'm going to set my one up top of my mat at a level 2. That will be for my head. The next block goes on level 1, long ways, right close to the first one. And if you have a bolster or a rolled blanket or a bed pillow, whichever you prefer, I'm going to use mine for a different area. So I'm going to place this bolster like so at a diagonal. And you can kind of shift and move the blocks however is appropriate for your body. So our spines are going to go right here. You're welcome to use an additional towel for a pillow if you'd like. Remember, the whole idea is to be nice and comfortable as we can be. So if your low back's been tight this week, you're more than welcome to take a blanket and snug it up right next to that bolster. Mine's a little plush for this, so I'm just going to scoot it off to the side. And then we're going to take the back side of our hips and come right up close to the bolster. To get an added stretch for my lower back, I'm going to allow the soles of my feet to come together and my knees to go wide. But instead of it feeling like something else I have to do, I'm going to take these big fluffy pillows and place them right under my knees, taking my hands on each side of the bolster, inhaling great big, and as I exhale, allowing myself to lay back onto this bolster, adjusting the pillow if need be. So whether or not you're using something under the head for a pillow, you want to make sure that the chin isn't pushed way up towards the ceiling and it's not shoved way down into the chest. The idea is to elongate the back of the neck so that it gets some space too. Now once you're laid down, the hands can be on the low belly, they can be out to the sides. If you rotate the palms up, it rotates the shoulders as well, offering a little bit more of an opening, whichever you prefer. While you're here, allow the eyes to close. Take a couple of deep breaths. allowing every exhale to soften the body, making a little bit more space, relaxing, making sure that the brow is nice and relaxed, that the jaw is releasing any tension. Maybe even open and close the jaw a time or two. Allowing the entire belly to be soft, the breath to be easy. If you find with this first pose that the mind is just jumping all over the place, number one, know that that's okay. It happens. Something I like to do is a body scan, noticing where the back of my head is resting. If the back of my neck feels nice and long, with every exhale, my shoulders are relaxing. I can feel my entire spine being supported, the sides of my legs being held by pillows, and the soles of my feet touching. Doing a body scan in this way also really invites you to be aware of where in the body you may be resisting or holding tension. If you are, maybe send a deep breath or two to those areas. A few more breaths right here. If during this practice the body needs it, feel free to take in big breaths and sigh it out. Whatever self-love and self-care we can give to the body right now. Allowing your next inhale to reach down, take the hands to the outside of the legs and help them to come together. Placing the hands on the low belly, take just a moment, allowing the legs to settle. Maybe even allowing the head to go all the way to the right. And very gently all the way to the left. As the head comes back through center, allow yourself to roll softly to the side, using your hands and to help you come up. Shifting the props as you go. As you sit up and move nice and slow. Maybe shift through the spine. Shift through the shoulders. Taking the right hand out to the side. Inhale the left hand up and over. And instead of pushing through to the side, maybe push into the fingertips and allow the ribs to splay open. Just getting in that little bit of extra stretch before our next pose. Inhale, take the hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Really elongate the spine. Exhale to the other side. And again, try not to crunch into this. Allow your ribs to splay open. Inhale, take that reach towards the ceiling. One last time. Exhale, palms find each other, draw it all down into the heart space. Nice. All right, setting up for the second pose. Right, so I'm going to take one of my yoga blocks and place it on level 2 at the top of my mat. My other yoga block will be also on a level 2, a little bit of ways from the first. So maybe like a foot away from each other. I'm going to use this big guy for the next one. Excuse me. So this may be a little high for some. We're going to go into a supportive child's pose. Play with the props. So if when you first put it together, the props are too high and you feel like you could ease into that stretch a little bit deeper, feel free to change out the props. Remember, we want this to feel as good as possible for our bodies. With that being said, if you have sensitive knees, place a blanket under the knees. If you have sensitive ankles or the tops of the feet even, maybe roll a blanket or a towel to place under the ankles, providing whatever support the body needs. If you get here and you feel like the backs of the knees are really tight, A folded towel under the knees feels really good too. In between the knees feels really good too. Otherwise, we're going to scooch up to our bolster or pillow or blanket, whatever we have available. And the reason I like to separate the blocks or the stack of books, if you're using those, is to give myself some space underneath. It's not a have to, but you get to put your hands under there. It kind of acts like a hug, a little extra self-nurturing. So you come up, your legs are on either side. Remember, you can soften for the knees, soften for the ankles, or the tops of the feet. Inhale, great big, nice and tall spine. As you exhale, hands go on either side of the bolster or whichever prop you're using. And allow yourself to come all the way down. So while you're here, the hands can go underneath just to completely and totally relax. If this isn't available or if it just isn't your jam, you can take your hands out front, palms up or palms down, whatever you'd like. And I can tell you already that this is a bit high for me. So I'm going to trade out my big guy for my smaller one. You can also continue to make use of a pillow if you'd like, whatever feels best for you. Once you are down, your head will choose, or you will choose which side you want your head to lay down first. Don't worry, about halfway through the pose, I'll remind us all to lift up and change sides with our head. So for now, just breathe. Your eyes can be opened or closed. Allow the jaw to soften. Maybe you're feeling some movement in your lower back. If at any point in time during the practice you just feel like smiling at yourself, please do. The happier the better. Otherwise, remember, you can always take that big breath in and sigh it out if need be. Notice if the tongue wants to be pressed to the roof of the mouth, and invite it to relax down, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the throat, knowing that if at any point in time you need to make an adjustment to the way you're laying, or a prop, add a prop, take away a prop, whatever feels best in the body for you. We'll enjoy 3 more breaths with our head in this direction. On that last exhale, allow the hands to come out to the sides just for support, elbows bent, allowing yourself to inhale, rise the head. Go ahead and shift the head to the opposite direction and release back down, allowing the hands to go wherever is comfortable. While you guys are laying in this way, soften the shoulders, soften the neck. See if you can feel the space between your shoulders begin to open, the belly breathing nice and comfortably, allowing the low back and the hips to soften, to relax, allowing the tongue to move away from the roof of the mouth, and allowing the jaw to be soft. Notice if you can feel the heart slow, if you can feel the breath become nice and easy. We'll enjoy a few more breaths. With your next inhale, allow the hands to make their way back to each side of the bolster, bending at the elbows. Inhale, using your hands to help push you up. Allowing the props to move just off to the side while you come down to sit. Allow the soles of the feet to come together and the knees to go wide for a moment. Maybe shift from side to side. Not a have to, only if it feels nice. All right, we're going to shift the legs out in front of us. You are welcome to find a blanket, or maybe this time I'll use a towel. I did bring them in here. So to sit on just the edge of a blanket or edge of a towel, allowing the pelvis to be somewhat neutral so that the spine sits up nice and tall without that added effort sometimes we give. Also too, sometimes when we sit, our pelvis likes to roll backwards or it likes to roll forward. And for this next pose, we just want a nice neutral pelvis. So I'm going to take a block on each side of my legs. And you can use a bolster, you can use a pillow, you could even use a blanket. So I like to use the blocks because it raises it up a little bit for me. My low back's tight today. And if yours is too, you might even want to add something to this level. So whether it's an added towel, an added blanket, whatever you choose. And I'll shift directions in just a moment, just in case you need to see what I'm doing. So my legs are long. If you are hypermobile and you tend to hyperextend the knees, you're more than welcome to put a blanket underneath the knee joints, kind of reminding them to be soft and supple. We'll inhale, sit up nice and tall. You're welcome to stack the arms if you choose. And on your exhale, allow yourself to fold forward, not to where it hurts, only where it feels nice and good. Once you've folded in such a way that feels really nice to the body, allow your head to come down. So if it bothers the neck to put the forehead down on top of the stacked arms, you can enlist a higher blanket. My whole table just moved. Don't mind my folding skills. And then fold, whatever feels best to you. And I am going to shift this just in case you need a different view of this pose. Also too, if your low back is not real tight today, and you want a lower use of the props, you can do that too. So like, if you got some big old pillows, it's the same thing. We'll sit up nice and tall, fold only as far as feels good, and then allow the head to rest. What it looks like with that table set up. Continuing to allow yourself to breathe nice and full, very comfortably. So if you have folded forward in such a way that the breath feels forced, back up a little bit. Remember, we want this to feel really good. Continuing to allow the breath to be easy, the body to soften. Maybe while the forehead is on the hands or the arms, allow your head very softly to shift left, right, left, right. Just back and forth a few times, whatever feels nice. Please enjoy 3 more breaths right here. On that next inhale, nice and easy, nice and slowly, allow yourself to come up all the way. Go ahead and set the props off to the side. Allow the legs to come back in towards the body for a moment. Maybe allow the hands to come to the knees, the eyes to close, and the chin and jaw to remain soft. So before we go into our next pose, I'm going to ask that you interlace your fingertips and allow the thumbs to point down. Take the hands on the back of the skull with the thumbs down the neck, like so. And while you are there, allow the elbows to open wide and put just a little bit of pressure from the head into the hands. You should feel a lengthening in the neck. It should feel really nice. So no forcing, nice and gentle. Continue to breathe easy. One more full breath in and release. Softly release the pressure from the head into the hands and allow the hands to come back to the sides. So for our next pose, we're going to go into a soft twist. So I'm going to move some of all of these props. All right. So we're going to come to lay on the mat. Remember, we want this to feel really good. So, if you'd like a pillow under the head or a blanket, if you need a higher pillow, blanket, or towel here, whatever you need. So we're going to come to lay down and put our blanket, towel, bolster, whatever you like, right next to your hip. So from your hip, going down towards the knee, right? And just for a moment as you get laid down, do a little shimmy. Allow both shoulders to touch the mat. Lengthen the spine. Shift within the hips. Maybe even windshield wiper the feet. Allow the head to go all the way to the left. And then very gently, nice and slowly, all the way to the right. So if you're using a pillow, that's okay. If not, I'm going to ask that you bend your arm out to the side. Pull the left knee into the chest, into the tummy. Allow that right shoulder to open as you pull the knee in. Maybe even offer a few breaths here. So inhale, let the knee move away from you. Exhale, pull it in towards you. If this bothers the low back, you can bend into the other knee as well. Whatever feels best to you. We'll breathe like that 2 more times. Inhale, the knee shifts out. Exhale, it comes in. On that last one, take the right hand on the outside of the left leg. Allow it to come across the body. Both shoulders remain down, coming onto the bolster. Now, remember, if this is too much, add in some extra blankets or some extra pillows. If this is not enough, you can even remove the bolster. But remember, you want this to feel sweet and good and yummy. So allowing both shoulders to open, chest is open. If this feels like too much of a twist tonight, you can take that arm back out to the side or the pillow that you have and allow that other shoulder to come across the body. It doesn't have to be a deep twist. It doesn't have to feel like work. It shouldn't feel like work. It should feel really nice, like just a good stretch. Wherever you're at, allow the eyes to close. Allow the jaw to be soft. Allow the breath to be easy. Just a few more breaths on this side. And again, if you feel like any part of your body is resisting or you can sense the tension, as long as it is not uncomfortable, send some deep breaths to that area. Otherwise, we'll be here for 2 more breaths. And just so that we can be as gentle as possible when coming out of this pose, I'm going to ask that you take your right hand back out to the ground, palm faces down. Allow your left hand to come over and help that left knee to come back. Come back fully onto your back. Maybe offer a gentle squeeze into the left leg, into the tummy. Maybe offer a little outer rotation of that left leg, allowing the leg to move out towards the left. Inhale, draw the leg back in and send it out nice and long. If you've adjusted onto your mat in a funny way, go ahead and come back to center. And then we'll simply take our pillow, blanket, bolster, towel, whatever we've decided to use, onto the other side. Now I know you can't see this very well, so I'll go into the pose and then I'll adjust myself. So we're gonna allow the left arm this time to go out to the side. That was the door stopper. We're gonna allow the left arm to go out to the side, bent just like we did before. Bringing the right knee in towards the chest. Allow it to get comfortable. Allow it to come in, feeling the stretch. Again, if this is bothersome to the lower back, go ahead and bend into that other leg. Otherwise, we're going to breathe with this a few times. Inhale, let the knee draw away from you. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, let it fall away. Exhale, draws it in. Last one on your own. Allowing the left hand to come to the outside of the right leg, drawing the right leg across the body towards that pillow, bolster, towel, stack of books, whatever we've decided to use. Allowing both shoulders to stay melted into the mat. And maybe this side feels different. Maybe you need a higher prop for this side, or maybe you need a lower prop for this side. Either way, allow it to feel good. Make the adjustments that are necessary for you, keeping the breath nice and soft, the jaw nice and soft, the brow nice and soft. Notice wherever in the body feels really open, feels really good. Offer a smile to yourself. So grateful to be right here, right now, with you. So grateful. Please enjoy a few more breaths on this side. So we want to be gentle coming out of this side as well. Allow the left hand to come down, palm faces down onto the floor. Right hand reaches up, helps grab the right leg, coming back over, completely on our spine. Maybe even give that nice gentle squeeze. Allowing the right leg to move out. Inhale, draws it back up, and then extends the legs long for a moment. So legs go long, arms go long. Big inhale, reaching from fingertip to toe tip. On your exhale, arms come down to your sides for a moment. Offer a little windshield wiper action to the feet. All right, in order to get up to move our props, I'm going to ask that you choose a side to roll onto. Allow your hands to help sit you up. Our last pose is Shavasana. So, favorite, right? We're gonna allow a prop to be under our legs. Nice little feet rest here. I'm going to use one of my big old pillows for my head. And if you'd like, you can even have pillows out to the sides for your arms. As comfortable as you'd like. You can even grab a little eye pillow. Once you get all set up, your only job is to lay down, relax entirely. Maybe set your eye pillow down. Allow the palms to face up and the shoulders to open. Belly becomes soft. Feet are completely relaxed. Everybody breathe in deep. Big, big, big inhale. On your exhale, sigh it out. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Last one. Continuing to soften, relax. Breathe fully. Please take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Know that your breath is unique to you. Begin to wiggle and spread the toes. Open and close the hands. Take a soft shift between each hip. Allow the head to very softly roll all the way to the right. And just as gently all the way to the left. As you bring your head back through center, inhale the arms long overhead, point the toes away from the body. Take that great big long stretch. Very gently rolling onto your right side. Please take 3 grounding breaths and then rise to a nice tall seat. Once you rise, eyes open or closed is up to you. Left hand on the heart, right hand over the left. Take that gratitude bow towards your heart. May we all be healthy. May we all be joyful. May we all be peaceful. Hands together at heart center. Thank you so very much for joining me. Namaste.